broiler houses, or it's to grow chicks, or most of the time these are the different purposes, is to grow the chickens or egg laying houses. Some of them have slaughteries with it. There will be financial info definitely on turnover, and you can use your income cap. If there's no info and there's no financial info, I did a bankrupt one in Winserton, also a small little farm just outside of Kimberley, a town outside of Kimberley, where there wasn't any financials. The place has been closed for 5 or 6 years or something like that. But once again, it wasn't closed because of the specific market being poor. It was closed because of the guy that ran it was maybe not a good jockey. And he ran the thing into the ground. You know, he bought the first BMW he could, and that type of thing. So, yeah, I don't know who buys BMWs, but anyway, just checking. So if there's no financial info, we use the depreciated cost method. Check the infrastructure once again, like your feeders, your heating equipment, your water systems, it all working. Heat regulation obviously is very important in this industry. Diseases is a great thing. To curb those diseases is very important for them. There's a stable supply for selling to the market once again that they're selling to. They're selling these slaughtered chickens to or whatever. Make sure you understand that. Registered water supply, most of them have registered water rights on the specific farm. Make sure it's legal and you can and confirm that.
The last talk I gave on timber measurement was in Tokai Forest, and it was quite an enjoyable exercise because we could do something in practice. If we take a pine forest that is mature, and we've got down to the typically number of trees that we saw in the last slide, so the forest will next be clear felled. The valuation of that is relatively straightforward. All that we have to do is work out the standing value of the tree, and we do that. Generally, sawlog is sold on the roadside, and so we know what that's going to fetch, so we take off the harvesting and extraction costs. So we get a rate per tonne that those trees are worth. Now the exercise is to actually work out how much timber is growing.
So let's get over to the critical analysis, as I call it. And I'm going to use the example of a soft citrus farm. Soft citrus is a hot topic the last 7 to 8 years. There was a big boom in the citrus industry, especially with soft citrus. And I think it's very relevant and where we are currently and how to value something as soft citrus. So typically, we have valuation forums, and we would say a soft citrus value range, given an area, let's take something like Swellendam, we would say range from 500 to 650,000 rand a hectare. Well, that will be based on age and a lot of other various factors, on how old it is, how the performance, and et cetera, et cetera. So that's a rough range. And then we would usually break it down, typically at the valuation forums, with the financial institutions, that between 0 and 3 years, we would say it's 500 to 550, 4 to 7 years, 550 to 600, and 8 years to 25 years. Full bearing, we give the highest value, and then generally we would go with it from 25 years, we would say we'd have to replace these orchards, and there's a downward trend from there on in terms of value. And that's basically the basis we follow. We analyze our sales, and we just apply throughout for soft citrus based on that. And there's a lot of things that we might miss in just applying these values blindly when we do an valuation. So my first question is, what happens to an orchard planted in the right area with the right rootstock with the right irrigation? Okay, that relates to the question of age. What effect does the age of the nursery tree have, as well as the planting density, when we analyze a farm and doing farm valuations or orchards, specifically citrus?